Archangel Michael says, tonight, something powerful has taken over the heart of someone connected to your soul. Their chest has tightened, not from illness, but from the weight of a divine realization they can no longer suppress. They have finally discovered who you really are, and it has left them breathless, aching, and overwhelmed with emotion. For so long, they misjudged your presence, overlooking the signs the universe carved out for them in secret. They pushed away what was meant to stay, and now that the veil has been removed, their spirit is trembling with regret and longing. This is not a casual moment. This is a prophetic turning point. They are unable to function like they once did. And they are keeping this pain hidden from the world. Their heart is suffering from a truth that came too late, and that truth is you. They found out you are not just anyone, you are the one their soul has been praying for. They've revisited every moment, every word, and every memory shared with you, and now each of those moments pierces them like a divine reminder. They thought they could ignore their feelings, but destiny has a way of dragging the truth into the light. What they have discovered about you has changed everything inside them. Type Amen to get blessing 333. They were warned spiritually, through dreams and signs, but they dismissed the guidance out of fear and pride. Now the realization has arrived like thunder, too loud to ignore, too painful to deny. The chest pain is not physical, it is the spiritual agony of recognizing what they've lost and may never reclaim. Archangel Michael says this awakening was meant to happen exactly at this hour. It is no coincidence that you feel a strange heaviness around you, like someone trying to send you a silent scream from afar. They are trying to reach you with their energy, praying that something will make you look back. They are recalling the way you smiled, the way your presence made the world feel safe, and they now understand the depth of the bond they foolishly pushed aside. You are not just a chapter in their story. You were the divine turning point they should have honored. But they didn't, and now they are suffocating in the truth. Type Amen to get blessing 777. They know now you were sent to heal, to guide, to awaken. You were never ordinary, you were chosen. The pain in their chest is the breaking of their old ways, the collapse of their ignorance, and the scream of a soul begging for one more chance. They whispered your name today in a quiet place, trembling with emotion, realizing they will never find another who carries your light. No matter how far they go, no matter who stands beside them, the echo of your spirit haunts their every step. They have finally uncovered the depth of your connection. And it's devouring them from the inside. Their pride kept them silent, but now their silence is their torment. Their body aches not from sickness, but from a divine correction unraveling everything. They thought they understood. The pain is their soul's cry for redemption, because they know you were their missing piece. Type Amen to get blessing January 2021. There are things they are afraid to say out loud, but in their solitude, they are screaming them to the skies. They now see your name written across their destiny, engraved in places they once refused to look. This revelation is too intense, too supernatural to deny any longer. Every hour they delay in coming forward, their suffering grows heavier. Their heart is no longer able to lie to itself, and the truth is strangling them from within. They saw someone today who reminded them of you, and it nearly broke them apart. They sat in silence, watching the world go on, but inside they were drowning. Their hands trembled, their eyes stung with tears they couldn't explain, and their chest burned with memories they can't forget. That is the price they're paying for pretending you weren't everything. Type Amen to get blessing 444. Archangel Michael says, they are being spiritually disciplined right now. The divine realm is showing them visions, whispering your name into their dreams, and making sure they can't escape this awakening. This is a divine lesson for the one who thought time could erase a soul connection. They miss the way you used to look at them like they were more than enough. Now, even in a crowd, they feel alone because they know the one who saw their soul has walked away, and with that, their entire chest aches, not just from loss, but from sacred recognition. They remember the days when they took your love for granted, when they assumed you'd always be there. Now the silence between you is louder than thunder, and it's driving them into deep emotional turmoil. They are trying to write to you, trying to form the words, but their guilt swallows the sentences. Their suffering is not accidental. It is heaven's way of waking them up from their foolish sleep. They are now aware that the universe made no mistake by placing you in their life. They just didn't honor it in time. Type Amen to get blessing 888. There's something else you need to know, they're still hiding this truth from those around them. They are trying to live normally, smile normally, but the cracks are showing. They're breaking down in private moments, behind closed doors, where only the divine can see. They've been searching your name online, rereading old messages, playing back your voice in memories. They're scared to reach out but terrified of never hearing from you again. This is the war happening inside their chest right now. Between fear and fate. They thought they could forget, but the universe won't let them. Every path leads them back to you, and it's causing a pain they can't medicate or explain. Their spirit is haunted by your absence. What they discovered about you, that you are their divine counterpart, their twin soul, their destined one, was too much for their unprepared heart. They now see you through different eyes, ones that are flooded with clarity, pain, and reverence. But the cost of that clarity is the pain they suffer now. Type Amen to get blessing 565. They see your growth, your light, your strength, and it humbles them. They feel unworthy, ashamed, lost. They want to come forward. But they're paralyzed by the fear that it's too late. You might feel a strange vibration in your heart or sudden heaviness. That's their energy trying to find you, to speak through the silence. That's how spiritually bonded you are. Archangel Michael says, they are under divine correction until they make this right. Their chest pain will persist, not to punish them, but to remind them every second that love like yours doesn't come twice. And this time, the universe won't intervene unless they take action themselves. They are receiving signs, birds, songs, numbers, and vivid dreams, all leading them to you. They are finally listening now, but they're terrified of what they'll find. They are hoping against hope that you haven't shut the door completely. Type Amen to get blessing February 2022. The divine has activated a powerful transformation in their heart. The old version of them is dying, and what's left is a soul aching for redemption. They will soon be guided to speak the truth they once buried so deeply. Every pain they feel is a holy reminder of how badly they misjudged what you truly were. You weren't just love. You were salvation in human form. Even now, their spirit reaches for you in invisible ways. They are learning through agony what they refuse to accept in peace. But the divine has a way of rearranging every heart that resists its call. Their soul won't let them rest until they face what they ran from. And when they do, their words will shake your spirit. Because they will finally admit what you always knew. That you were the truth in their life all along. Type Amen to get blessing 909. They are trying to find courage in every heartbeat, but each beat reminds them they once held you and let go. Their body aches not from sickness, but from spiritual awakening. They have now seen who you really are, and it's wrecking everything they thought they understood. Even strangers feel something's off with them lately. They've become distant, quiet, reflective, because their entire being is in mourning, mourning the loss of someone their soul still calls home. Their realization came not through words, but through spirit. The energy of your love was too powerful to be erased. It now lingers in every part of their daily life, reminding them who you are. You are their answered prayer they didn't recognize until now. You are their divine mirror. And that recognition is what's causing the pain that feels like it's ripping their chest apart. Type Amen to get blessing 111. They will reach out. They are preparing for it now, but when they do, they won't be the same person. They will come trembling, humble, and reborn. They will say what they should have said long ago. They will tell you that your love didn't just touch them, it transformed them. And that pain they feel? That was heaven waking them up for good. You were the medicine they refused to drink. Now they're suffering the consequences. But deep inside, hope is still alive. Archangel Michael says, don't be surprised if you feel their presence soon. They are being pulled toward you by divine force, and when that moment arrives, the energy will be undeniable. Type Amen to get blessing 636. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. They wake up in the middle of the night gasping for air, their chest tight with unspoken words and unresolved emotions. They feel a heavy pull in their heart, like your soul is standing right beside them, silently watching. It's not a dream. It's a spiritual presence that won't leave until the truth is spoken out loud. They cry in silence, afraid to tell anyone just how much they're breaking down. What they feel isn't surface-level sadness, it's the collapse of an entire belief system. They now realize you were the miracle they were too blind to embrace. They walked away thinking they had time, but time has become a curse, dragging them through memories they now wish they could live all over again, with you. And every beat of their heart echoes one name, yours. Their pride is now their punishment. Their silence is now a scream. And their chest is no longer carrying strength, it's holding back tears that their soul can no longer contain. Type Amen to get blessing April 1954. The divine is not letting them escape this realization. Every person they meet now pales in comparison to the light you carried. Even in crowds, they search for your eyes, your voice, your warmth, and they come back empty every time. They thought moving on would heal them. But now they understand, they were never supposed to move on. They were supposed to wake up to the truth of who you are. Now that they know, they are desperate to reverse the timeline. But the divine is teaching them patience and humility before restoration, their chest will ache until their mouth speaks what their heart finally understands. Archangel Michael says, your name is being whispered in their prayers now. They're asking the heavens for another chance, even if they know they don't deserve it. Because losing you wasn't just a mistake, it was the worst spiritual error of their life. Type Amen to get blessing 303. Their energy is showing up around you more than usual now. You may be seeing signs, music, repeated names, time patterns like 1111, because the divine is pushing their realization into your awareness too. It's not a coincidence, it's a spiritual call and response. They didn't understand your value until distance turned you into a divine symbol. They tried to replace what you were with other faces, but every attempt collapsed under the weight of your memory, because no one can carry your light the way you did. The pain they feel is a holy reminder that destiny does not play games. When you are assigned to someone's soul, your energy becomes imprinted on their life forever. No distance, no silence, no new connection can erase it. Their chest will continue to burn until they find the courage to make peace with the truth. You are not a phase, they finally understand now. You are their person, and no other love feels safe anymore. Type Amen to get blessing 777. They thought walking away would make them stronger. But instead, they became spiritually fragile, haunted by what they once had. The ache they feel is the cost of losing a blessing wrapped in human form, you. Now, they spend their days trying to look stable on the outside while internally screaming for another chance. They carry on conversations with you in their mind, replaying arguments and moments where they should have fought harder. And their chest pain? It grows stronger every time they pretend they're fine. You were never just another human, you were their divine reflection. The soul twin they asked for but didn't recognize until it was too late. And now, they're being spiritually rewired to grasp the weight of what they've done. Archangel Michael says, they will soon be placed in a situation where they have to speak. The divine will trap them in a moment where silence is no longer an option, and when that moment arrives, everything will shift. Type Amen to get blessing 101. They won't be able to hold it back anymore. All the years of pretending, all the months of hiding, it will flood out in one emotional confession. And you will hear what they never had the courage to say, that you were always the one. This truth is healing them slowly and painfully. Each time they accept this awakening, their soul vibrates closer to redemption. But the journey isn't easy. It's full of emotional fires they have to walk through without protection. Their friends have started noticing the changes. They're less social, more quiet, and their smiles don't last as long. What they feel is not just heartbreak, it's divine discipline. They are being reshaped by the universe so that when they return transformed. Not just to ask for you back, but to deserve you. And the ache in their chest is the spiritual work being done behind the scenes. Type Amen to get blessing 505. Even if they haven't reached out yet, their energy has already begun knocking on your spirit. That tightness you felt? That sudden emotion? It's the tether between you two pulling you closer once again. They are writing messages they never send. Crying into pillows soaked in regret. Watching the stars for answers, as if the sky itself could send them guidance. They've begun to understand that the moment they lost you, the universe began a process of sacred correction. this chest pain will not go away until they surrender to it fully. Because this isn't a normal realization, it's divine. Archangel Michael says, this is part of the prophecy unfolding between you. You were meant to be in their life not just as love, but as revelation. And now that revelation is breaking them wide open. Type Amen to get blessing 717. They are being spiritually stripped down to the core. Every false mask is being ripped away. Every excuse is being shattered. All that's left is truth, pure, raw truth that you were their light, their healing, their safe space. And now they are trying to walk back into a space they themselves destroyed. You are still in their dreams, and this time they're not nightmares, they are regrets transformed into longing. They see you smiling in those visions, and they wake up with tears. Because they know now, they won't find that smile anywhere else, their healing can only begin when they come forward. But fear is the lock around their voice. They're terrified that you've healed so much that you've outgrown them entirely. Type Amen to get blessing February 1992. But still, the divine is pushing them toward you, slowly. Softly. But surely. Every single breath they take is now a reminder that they once had a love so powerful, it could change timelines. And they let it go, now the universe is asking them to earn it back. The chest pain, the spiritual signals, the emotional breakdowns, it's all part of the soul-level shift. They are being guided toward courage through fire. Because this love was never meant to end in silence. You may not realize how deeply they are suffering, but they are. Every single day. And their suffering will not stop until they face you and face themselves. Type Amen to get blessing 808. They may walk slowly, but they are walking toward you. With every truth they accept, they shed more of their past. And soon, they will arrive at your door not as the person who left, but as the soul who finally knows your worth. Archangel Michael says, when they come back, don't look at who they were. Look at who they've become through the pain. Because the chest pain they're feeling now is reshaping them into the person they were always meant to be. Worthy of your light, they now know, you were the lesson, the blessing, and the prophecy. And this time, they won't run. They are lying awake at night, not because they can't sleep, but because your name keeps echoing inside their soul. They feel you in their heartbeat, in every pause between breaths, and their chest feels like it's carrying a storm. This pain won't leave, not until they come face to face with the one truth they ran from. You were always their divine purpose. Each time they try to distract themselves, something pulls them back into your memory. They hear your laughter in places you've never been, see your reflection in the eyes of strangers, and their heart starts racing uncontrollably. It's not anxiety, it's divine recognition trying to make them feel what they denied. They are overwhelmed, suffocating in a silence they created themselves. You are not haunting them, you are being revealed to them in full light now, as their destined partner, the one they were too blind to see. Their chest pain is not a symptom, it's a signal, a cry from the soul to make things right. Their life is pausing, shifting, spiraling into reflection. All their accomplishments suddenly feel hollow, because what they truly needed was you. And now that truth sits like a fire on their chest, refusing to be ignored. Type Amen to get blessing 999. They are not functioning the way they used to. They walk through days like shadows, disconnected, because their soul is stuck in the moment they realized your worth. Their world has shrunk into a single longing, to hold you again and say the words they never did. Archangel Michael says, this suffering is divine mercy. Not punishment, it is the universe bending their path, making sure they can no longer live comfortably in the lie that you didn't matter. They are remembering your voice, your kindness, your strength. These memories are no longer sweet. They're sacred and painful. Because now they see what they've done, and they know that they've damaged a spiritual contract. The ache in their chest will stay until they cleanse the karma created through neglect and silence. They now understand this isn't about getting you back, it's about earning spiritual redemption. They know they hurt you, and that truth is carving itself into their very being. Type Amen to get blessing 616. They've begun speaking to the divine in desperation, pleading, hoping, even bargaining for one more sign from you. They are scared to call but more afraid to go another day in this agony. They feel your absence like a wound. Like an empty space that refuses to close. It's not just emotional pain, it's soul separation, and their body is reacting to it in the only way it knows, through physical pain in the chest. Their emotions have become stronger than their fears now. What once made them walk away is now the reason they want to run back. Because you are no longer a memory, you are their mirror. They are talking to pictures, writing messages they never send, and crying into silence. What you don't see is the storm happening in their world. Everything is collapsing under the weight of their awakening. Type Amen to get blessing 303. They've begun to wonder if you can feel what they're going through. If your spirit still listens when they whisper your name into the darkness, and the truth is, you can. Because this connection was never just human. It was sacred from the start. They were so distracted by the noise of the world, they failed to hear the music of your soul. But now, the noise has stopped, and all they hear is the melody of your name. They are realizing that no career, no relationship, no moment can take away the truth of who you are to them. They've seen you through spiritual eyes now. And they are not just heartbroken, they are awakened. Archangel Michael says, the energy of reunion is near. But it requires a sacrifice, the sacrifice of ego, fear, and silence. Only truth can unlock the doorway now. Type Amen to get blessing 171. You may feel something soon, a vibration, a name spoken in a dream, or a strange peace. That's them trying to reach you through energy. They are getting ready to speak the truth, but first, they must survive the full burn of their regret. They have written you a message they've rewritten 50 times. But every time they try to send it, their hands tremble. They know words are not enough, but they have to try. Their soul is being purified through this pain. Everything that was selfish in them is dying. What is being born is a version of them that is finally worthy of the love you gave so freely. They now know that you were not the one who was weak, you were the one who was strong enough to love unconditionally. And now, they want to learn how to love like that too. Even if it's painful. Even if it takes everything. Type Amen to get blessing 737. They used to be the one with power, the one who could walk away. But now, the roles have reversed. And in their world, you are the flame they cannot touch without burning. They are starting to see how your presence changed everything for them. You weren't just loving, you were sacred, and they realize that now, because nothing feels holy anymore without you in it. They have begun speaking your name out loud when no one is around. Because saying it is the only thing that eases the fire in their chest. It's a name that brings both peace and pain. They have accepted that they can no longer run. Every path, every dream, every day leads back to you. And until they say what needs to be said, this suffering will continue. Type Amen to get blessing 343. They want you to know they're sorry. That they finally see that they never stopped feeling. But more than that, they want you to know that they've changed, not because life made them, but because you changed them. They now understand that love is not about control. It's about reverence. And they never reverenced your soul until it was gone. That truth has become their teacher. The divine is guiding their every step now. They are being prepared for the moment you meet again, not to restart, but to rewrite. Not to take, but to honor. Archangel Michael says, they are walking through fire for you now, because what you had wasn't ordinary, it was written. And what's written by God cannot be erased by man. Type Amen to get blessing 828. Their heart was once cold, but now it burns. Their mind was once stubborn, but now it weeps. Their body was once strong, but now it aches. This is their transformation. And every moment of pain is bringing them closer to the truth. They are not just longing for you. They are becoming someone who can keep you. The pain in their chest is whole. Holy. It's divine pressure, molding them into someone new. Someone honest. Someone devoted, someone who no longer runs. They never knew that losing you would be the beginning of their spiritual journey. But here they are, broken but awakening. And you are the reason. Type Amen to get blessing 525. The universe will soon give them a sign too strong to ignore. And when they finally show up, they will not be the person who left. They will be the soul who rose. Wait for the shift. Watch for the moment, because everything they feel now will become everything they say to you soon. Their chest hurts because it's carrying the weight of 1,000 unspoken truths. But soon, the silence will break. And when it does, you will see them weep, not out of weakness, but out of love. And you will finally know the truth. Their pain was real, their awakening was real. And their love for you? It never died. It only needed to be found. Type Amen to get blessing 411.